Hello and welcome to another Thrill Voice photography vlog, and I'm here today for the first time ever doing a vlog Alton Towers. So yeah, it's Friday, the actual day of the start of the fireworks, and yeah, it's I'm in the parks. So I set off at 5 o'clock this morning, so it's taken me 5 hours to get here. Kind of a bit of an accident on the M25. Not myself, and obviously that then slowed it down a lot as well, so yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but yeah, still got here. And actually it's really quiet. I'm amazed of how quiet it is at the moment. So yeah, I've kind of done a few things different this year. So I've got my bag, I've rented a locker, massive locker, I've got my tripod in there. My chair doesn't actually fit in there. I've got a little fold-up chair that I brought with me to sit on while we're waiting for the fireworks, and that doesn't fit in, so I've snuck that around the back of the locker, so hopefully that will be there when I get back. It's only kind of a cheap fold-up one, and then yeah, my bag's in there as well, so I've just got all the little bits that I need to actually then just go around for the day, and I can just keep going back to the locker and just kind of filling up whatever I need to. So yeah, you know, it's the first time I've kind of I've been here for the 3 days. So I'm here Friday, Saturday and the Sunday to do the ultimate fireworks show, and so far I can't believe how quiet it is. I really can't. It's like literally we've pulled up. I normally kind of go through to the hotel kind of car park. I didn't really have to. There was literally just no queues whatsoever for that, so I just went round to the normal car park. So later on, when they they close half the car park off, so they force you to go round. So the place where I normally park, you can't actually get to without walking through bushes and stuff. So I've kind of learned from that, so I'm just going to leave it this time. But yeah, I'm just going to show you around. So you've obviously got this kind of speaker system here and light system that they've put in there, and then you've got all the kind of big smaller ones there as well. You go around, so that, because of the kind of the viewing area there, I believe that might be a VIP little bit there. And then look at the size of that stage. That's probably the biggest stage that they've probably done at the fireworks spectacular in all the times that I've been here. I've been here 5 years running now. Always a tradition for me, last day of the season, and obviously this year they've run it a little bit later. So yeah, it actually looks fantastic. I'm debating if I kind of go towards the front this year, have a kind of a bit from there, and obviously then go back to where I normally go over there later on. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, I've kind of wanted to get a fast track for later on, so I'm going to cheat again and I was going to get a fast track for later on for the Wicker Man, for after the fireworks. So waited in the queue, got there. No, we can't sell them till after the fireworks for fast track. What? I don't get that. You can't use your share the fun fast track vouchers today, and they can't then book the water park. So I'm like, well, thanks for doing absolutely nothing. But yeah, crazy. So yeah, why it's quite quiet, obviously I've put my stuff in the locker. My plan is actually to get on some rides, because this is only the second time that I've been here this year. As you guys know, I've actually been doing newer parks this year instead of obviously coming to the same standard kind of parks. So yeah, I've kind of been trying to get kind of bucket list kind of parks ticked off. So yeah, and obviously the first time I've been on Wicker Man this year as well will be today. I haven't been on it at all. The last time I came here was with Jake, and yeah, it was he obviously was too small to go on it, so we didn't really go on it. So yeah, the plan is today is to get on the Wicker Man, Smiler, Nemesis. Why it's really quiet today, because I know tomorrow is a sellout day, which means they've sold every single ticket unless you've got a pre-booked ticket. So my plan is to obviously get on as much as I can today. Tomorrow there'll be a photo day, getting photos from around the park, night shots, and then obviously tonight is more around about kind of filming in multiple angles, and obviously over the weekend as well. So plan is to walk over to the Wicker Man and get on that. Yeah, so it's been a long time. I believe me, I've not been on for like this year at all. Quite amazing really to say this is my local park when I first kind of moved, when I kind of first got into theme parking. You know, it's got some special place in my heart, this kind of park has, and we'll go into that probably later throughout the day today. So yeah, it's quite nice, you know, on a nice sunny day. I am so ready for this, the temperatures. So obviously I've got my new jacket, as you can see there. It's still got mud in it from Tully's. I've got then thermals on. I've got a super dry hoodie jumper, which is the thickest one I've got. I've got my steel toe cap boots on from work. I know that doesn't look impressive, but they've got double insoles in them, so they've got really soft cushioning. And yeah, so I'm hopefully going to be warm. I've got some spare socks in the in my bag. I've got a pair of gloves that go to -30 in my bag as well. So I'm ready for today, because I know from today, later on when it gets to the actual sun goes down, it gets freezing here, especially waiting around for about an hour, 2 hours for the fireworks to start. And then obviously tomorrow it's supposed to actually go to -1, so we'll see what kind of happens. But yeah, what an absolute beauty view you actually get of the park from standing just here. You've got the Smiler just over there, they've got the castle just there, and obviously got the Splash Battle ride there, which obviously not many people will be going on today. I would definitely not get on it. So yeah, and Oblivion, you can actually just see Oblivion just over there, just going down as well. So right, let's start getting around to the Wicker Man, and obviously seeing it kind of for the first time in around about 7 months. So yeah, and obviously get on it. I'm really looking forward to actually getting back on it and riding it again, see what it's like. So yeah, first up, Wicker Man. we go, not one but 2 wides and Wickerman. So yeah, it's so quiet here today so far that actually I managed to go round and literally just go straight into the pre-show to be able to get on the ride. So yeah, it's quite good. In terms of the ride itself, I just think it's, in my expectations, slightly gone backwards in terms of how the actual ride is. I don't think it's anywhere as near as impressive at the moment as it kind of, I felt it did a long time ago. It felt like it was running slightly a lot slower than it would normally do. At some points, kind of going over the kind of the airtime hills at the bottom, really too slow. You know, so not really impressed at the moment with it. I don't know if it's just obviously picking up better rides as I'm going around kind of Europe and so forth. But yeah, it just seemed really slow. But I believe that it is going to get better towards the kind of the end of the day, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to. And then just a quick ride on the haunted house. So yeah, same kind of thing for that really. It's hopefully next year they do a lot more work in there, because it's just, there's some really dark moments in there and just a little bit flats, which is a bit of a shame. So, but yeah, while it's quiet, taking advantage of the rides and heading our way over to Nemesis now. So first time I've done that this year as well, so really looking forward to getting on that and then see what that's like as well. So next up, Nemesis. Next up, Nemesis. 0 minute wait at the moment. They're literally just walking straight into the station. I believe it's on 2 trains. So yeah, it's a 0 minute wait on a fireworks night on a Friday. Absolutely unbelievable. Be able to get round this park really quick today, hopefully. But yeah, here we go. Look, outside the Nemesis ride. So yeah, 0. Kind of still got the old bits there. And obviously you've got the main entrance and the fast track which leads you just down there. But yeah, just look at that in terms of kind of the corkscrew there. Absolutely brilliant first inversion. I remember going on this literally on opening weekend, opening year, 94, and I waited, I think it was nearly 4 to 5 hours. You actually queued right the way along the top area and all the way around here, and actually just walked straight over because I didn't want to do it, I was too scared. So yeah. Then I actually went back round later on and went on it, and that kind of first little drop bit that you do there just literally killed the stomach for, you know, as a kind of a young lad that I was. I think I was 9 at the time. You know, kind of what a difference now in terms of the rides that I've been on. But yeah, so for me, 94 was the kind of the year when it all kind of kicked off for me. Just over the back, just over there, you had the Thunder Looper. Absolutely fantastic there. Ride that I still absolutely love and do. Zuma's Revenge at Knoxbury kind of brought that all back to me. Slightly different, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. And obviously you had Drayton Manor Shockwave as well in 94 that opened, you know, the first stand-up coach that we had in Europe. You know, it was a great year. And also you had obviously the big one, Pepsi Max, that opened up at the same time. An absolutely fantastic year for the UK industry there. Here it comes, he's just coming around now. No one on the front rows, that's weird. Just goes round there and then back round. Absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to get back on this, like I said, for the first time this year. Right, let's get in the queue line, or maybe not queue line, it literally should be walk on. Speak to you all when I get off. So there we go, absolutely fantastic ride there on Nemesis. It ceases to amaze me still how good that coaster is for a 1994 ride. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, it just still looks amazing. Kind of the speed that it holds as well. Absolutely great little ride. And we kind of headed the Sky Ride all the way over to get some food in CBeebies Land. They do a nice little kind of food kind of menu in the actual CBeebies Land towards the back. The lunchbox is called. So you can get like a jacket potato, garlic bread, and then a drink for $6.95. And then we had your staff discount with your Merlin pass on there as well. You actually do then get it for like £5.50, which is absolutely fantastic. So, but yeah, we just kind of started to head over to kind of X sector now, where I am standing in front of this beast. A long time ago, when this first was opened and I kind of went on it, it was my, my top coaster. I just thought it was absolutely fantastic, revolutionary for kind of what it is, and it still is now, to be fair, with the 14 loops or inversions. But obviously, as time's gone on, and I've obviously then travelled different places, it's obviously slipped down massively. Probably not even in the top 20 probably coasters. But I think kind of in terms of the looks of it, I just still think that it actually does look still outstanding. As well, and when it is dueling, I don't think you can beat kind of any kind of coaster in terms of the look of it. It just looks so close, and by the look of it today, they're absolutely dueling it absolutely spot on. So that should literally run pretty much in line. There you go, look at that. You wouldn't be able to beat it. So there it goes. You've got first one just coming through there now. Up it goes. You just cannot beat it. Airtime Hills. There it goes, best bit, straight the way over. It's going to cross over now, and because you're into the actual inversions of 12, and you're literally about 5 inversions in by that point, you literally can see that train coming, but you do really feel like it's actually coming towards you. It is an absolutely brilliant ride, and so obviously off-ride as well, fantastic. And I think in terms of merchandise wise, this has probably got one of the highest merchandise rates of any coaster that probably I think around the world. You can be anywhere in a theme park, across the world, and you'll see, you generally will see a Smiler kind of jumper. I've got one, to be fair, I've got 2. So I actually, to show how much I love the ride. If I love a ride that much, I generally will buy it, some of the merchandise. And yeah, again, look, it's just going off again. So slightly out of alignment this time, so that obviously one's just going up there, but still in a kind of place of dueling. Absolutely brilliant, really is. So yeah, in terms of this area here, so this used to be an area, same kind of thing, but it used to have the black hole, and they've used this space it's kind of really well. So black hole, just looking now, just there's one of the jumpers there. So the black hole was actually a really good ride, and it was kind of inside of a tent. So from the kind of coming down here, you wouldn't really think it was that tall, or it wasn't that kind of scary. But kind of as a child when I was going on it, 94, 95, it was a scary ride. It literally just twirled up all the way up, got to the top, and then set off. And the drop, just for me as a child at that point, 9 and 10 years old, felt so scary. It really did. So yeah, I mean, I still like that ride. I believe it's still in operation somewhere. Please let me know where it is, but I really liked it. They had a similar ride here as well, actually right over the other side by Nemesis, right over the back by where Galactica is now, or Air, which was called the Beast, which is exactly the same ride, but it was without the tent. And again, that was still good. You literally hit the drop, and then it was literally just bank round straight away. I used to hit that bank really quick. Really good. I really enjoyed it when I was obviously here a long time ago. I think if I went to go and ride it again, I think I'd probably get a different experience. But it was obviously just in my head as well, with stuff like the Thunder Looper, which again, I keep saying over and over, is really good. Obviously it's never going to have that true impression as what it would have done when I went it so many years ago, with obviously revolutionary things now. But yeah, it's great, absolutely fantastic. And like I said, we've got plenty of shots of this coast, so I'm going to try and get some more tomorrow, or even Sunday. But today is a ride day, and obviously I'm quite enjoying getting on these rides with literally no queue. If you can just see there, Smiler, 5-minute queue at the moment. Enterprise over there. I don't know if that's working. I haven't seen it go so far. And then you've just got in the kind of the background up there, Oblivion. You know, I think probably one of the strongest areas of the park, to be fair, now this one. I don't think they could fit much more in here unless you get a few kind of flat rides. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Just the question would be is who's going to beat the 14? You know, I always thought it was going to be Cedar Point, but you know, they're keeping their cards very close to their chest about their 150th year. I really did think that they were going to do a 15 looper coaster, beat this, and obviously then mark it the 150th year with a 0. But you know, nothing's been on the cards yet, and it's obviously coming really close to them now, so we'll see. But there we go, guys. Hopefully that's kind of helped you in terms of the actual area itself, first of all, but also at the same time there's a little bit of kind of knowledge about kind of my experiences here from some time ago. So the plan is now just going to wait for the guys to finish off eating, and yeah, let's get on the spoiler. And obviously Oblivion, why the queues are so quiet. It sounds great, it really does. It just unfortunately doesn't ride the same kind of way as it probably would have done a long time ago. A little bit joggty in certain sections, especially that last inversion towards the end. It's just, it just is a headbanger, to be fair. Hopefully they can sort that out later on in time. Other than that, it's a great kind of coaster for me. So right, next up, let's get on the spoiler.
Right, but you really do want to go on set.
Come on, now we'll go. Get one.
Here,
Come on.
Square.
Come on,
in
Joe.
the towers themselves, that is hex. The legend. You realise this? It's chained up.
That's Les.
It is the wealthy and powerful 15th Earl, Charles Talbot, who has perhaps the strangest tale to tell. Indeed, it was our investigations of his story that led us to a remarkable chain of discoveries, changing a routine restoration project into something much more strange and compelling. The unearthing and unraveling of a quite remarkable local legend. Please, would you now move through to witness the story of Hex, the legend of the tower. Night in 1821, when the thunder of hooves signaled the return of the wealthy 15th Earl of Shrewsbury back to his home, Alton Towers. As the journey neared its end, a mysterious figure suddenly appeared in the road. The Earl impatiently demanded of the driver why the carriage had stopped. With palm outstretched, an old woman pleaded with the Earl for the charity of a coin. The Earl cruelly dismissed her and instructed his driver to head back to the towers. Scorned, the old woman screamed a curse for every branch of the old oak tree that fell. A member of the Earl's family would die. A single branch from the old oak tree. And true to the old woman's prophecy, a member of the Earl's family suddenly and mysteriously died. The arrogant Earl ordered his servants that every remaining branch of the oak tree be chained up in an attempt to prevent further misfortune. But the story didn't there. Legend has it that the Earl became so obsessed with the fallen branch that he dragged it from the woods to the towers and sealed it in a secret vault. There he became locked into a furious battle of science versus the supernatural, conducting bizarre experiments in a desperate attempt to finally banish the evil power of the curse forever.
There we go, Hex. I think one of the dark secrets about Alton Towers itself, to be fair, that is an absolutely fantastic madhouse. It really is. Really good feel. The music, absolutely sensational. It is a really, really good kind of ride, and I love actually getting back on it every time I visit. Little one's tall enough to go on it, so obviously he's quite happy walking around with me as well in there. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Really is a great great ride, and I think, like I said, it's just one of them little kind of dark little secrets that not many people probably know. They always think about the roller coasters and stuff, but that is probably for me one of the best rides they have here. So yeah, just at the moment we're just kind of just around this little area here. So this is going to be totally different for next year. This is going to be obviously the David Williams kind of area, and yeah, it's going to look totally different. So I just wanted to kind of get some footage really from around here, just to kind of show, you know, what it used to look like. And obviously you always have that on YouTube for obviously people to see. But yeah, look at, you know, all this is going to change. We're not kind of used to coming here years ago. In here, used to look like a little soft play area, kind of ball pit area, trampolines and stuff like that. And obviously now it's just completely cleared, you know, and kind of just boarded up. So hopefully they do a lot with there. You used to have kind of an Ice Age area just over there as well, a kind of Ice Age show that obviously they stopped doing a long time ago. You got the kind of the Toyland area that they kind of did. So yeah, but I mean, you know, it just at the moment just looks really run down. So actually I'm quite glad that they're going to start doing a little bit of work with this over here. When you think you've only literally just got kind of a toy car area there, you know, a carousel and a little flog hopper, it's not very good, you know, at all. So it's just a bit of a mix mash as well, because obviously you've got here, you've got kind of a dark adult ride that you've got there, and then obviously you've got CBeebies Land. I'd like to kind of see a transition between them somewhere along the line, you know, or even kind of step this up a little bit to be slightly older, kind of. So you've got CBeebies Land you can go with there with the little ones. And then they get a little bit older, you've got this little bit here, and then obviously goes into kind of the X sector and so forth as well. You know, but yeah, completely different next year. Cuckoo Cars, totally different, that'll be gone. This I hopefully will have a lot of stuff that I'll do with this. We've got a building over there. I remember kind of the Cadbury's world, you know, the Cadbury's area that they used to have as well. And kind of along here, the Cadbury's shop with all you could buy there, kind of massive bars of chocolate and so forth. So much kind of, you know, history in this little area alone. And that's without even kind of knowing the inside story behind some of these buildings. I bet there's a lot of history behind some of these buildings. But like I said, I always remember just down here, it was actually the Ice Age 3D kind of little area, and obviously now it's just literally home to nothing in there at all. But this all is themed to kind of Ice Age, icebergs out the front of it as well. Yeah, you know, and now it's just this shadow of its former self, you know, and kind of just walking around here, you can just kind of see how quiet it is today. There isn't many people on park today at all. You know, I think they're trying to get more people into this place at the moment, to obviously trying to get more people, because it's going to cost them in terms of money for the fireworks tonight. I think, you know, today's probably the best day to be here, if you could have obviously got it off work, because, you know, today, obviously the sun's shining, tomorrow it's going to be shocking. You know, there might even be a chance tomorrow that they actually might even cancel the fireworks. You never know, with obviously with the weather that is predicted, you know, and the rides tomorrow. You know, might be lucky if you actually get them open with obviously, you know, it's going to go down to -1 for most of the day tomorrow. Obviously, some of the rides can't operate in that time scale. So, for instance, 13 needs to be 5.2, I believe it is, in Celsius to be able to work. You know, Wicker Man needs to be above kind of 1. So, yeah, we never know. You might even kind of have actual park kind of at a standstill, really. But, yeah, just looking behind me. Yeah, so you got obviously David Williams Land coming 2020, so that obviously they've got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of stuff, you know, that's still got to do yet. to get this land up and running. I just hope it's not just going to be a facelift and obviously go from there. And obviously just little area here is obviously, and the board behind is obviously where the House of Horror things is as well for the kiddie ones. But yeah, so you know, at the moment, just like I said, it's just like a land of nothing. There's nothing going on at all. It's a shame, really. But obviously they're going to invest for next year, and obviously hopefully it's going to look bigger. But I mean, that big building there just alone, the endless possibilities of that, what they potentially could do. Charlotte just going to go on the frog hopper by the look of it. We'll see if she gets on that, because obviously they're a bit tight in terms of getting people on as adults here. So we'll see if they let them get on there. But like I said, there's a lot more they can do with this land, and I think hopefully when we come back here next year and we have a look, hopefully they kind of transform and not just change fascias of this particular area. You know, hopefully they kind of do a lot more, adding more rides in here and that as well. So we'll see what happens. Right, I'm going to go over to where 13 is at the moment, which has actually got the longest wait of the day today. And obviously fireworks night, how long do you reckon it is? 20 minutes, that's all it is at the moment for 13. And the reason why that at the moment is obviously at a longer wait is because it was down for most of the morning, so obviously everyone's getting over to do it now. And obviously Vita, if we can get on Vita, not a massive fan of Vita at all. It's something I would normally miss, but if there's another, you know, under half an hour queue, why not do it while we can? You know, quiet day, let's make the most of getting on these coasters and get on these rides, like I said, for the first time this year. So yeah, next up, over to 13 and Rita, Mr. David Williams. Absolutely beautiful kind of weather for today. It's not very cold at all. I've actually overdressed at the moment, but yeah, just obviously the actual sun's coming through the trees. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. It's like a photographer's dream at the moment in terms of the sky. But yeah, who can actually remember then, guys, when this used to be McDonald's? And actually think was the best investment that they kind of had when McDonald's was in there. You know, you could kind of go in here, get a really cheap kind of meal. But yeah, McDonald's used to be in there some time ago, and obviously this used to be Toyland, which obviously then changed to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And I was right, there used to be kind of a chocolate Cadbury's World kind of area just there. But yeah, I mean, you know, what a difference. This little area here, hopefully in time, are kind of with the David Williams kind of bits that's going on. If that kind of does really well, you'll never know that you might see kind of some stuff added on to these dungeons, because I just don't think it represents very good at all. You know, the cost of, what is it, £7 to go into there as an upcharge, I just don't think it's acceptable at all, to be fair. I really don't. And you can see now there's no one actually buy it at all. It's just the biggest waste of space that they've got. So yeah, I reckon at some point, if that goes well, you never know that area over there might even be changed as well. You know, you've got these kind of little bits here is actually the lift system for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which is still in place. And obviously the boat ride is still incorporated into the dungeon, so they can easily remask that over as well. But yeah, Burger Kitchen's not a big fan of, to be fair. I'd love to see McDonald's back there, but obviously it's never going to happen because they didn't make much money from that. McDonald's took pretty much all the money for themselves, so obviously they didn't really pay. They paid for the grounds of it, but that's pretty much it. So, but yeah, plan is now is to go through here, and you can just see Rita just down the bottom, so you'll never know. Right then, next up, Rita, and it is working because I can see them in the station. Here we go, just getting some footage of probably one of the scariest rides in this park. Well, for a lot of people anyway. Me, I actually don't mind it. You know, it's actually quite, you know, it's obviously not an adrenaline kind of thing as what kind of there is out there. But yeah, obviously some people say it is the scariest. I'm not talking about 13 that's just currently going over the crest over there. I'm not even talking about Rita that's just over there. I'm actually talking about the Sky Ride. There is so many people that absolutely hate these things. It's incredible. The amount of people that freak out as they're kind of going over, especially the large bits as you go down there. There is quite a lot of people that just don't like them. So for me, I actually don't mind them at all. There's some absolutely fantastic ones around. One of them for me will be Carmarthen, Wildfire, where Wildfire is. So Carmarthen have got one of these, but it's kind of more of an open air one. And they actually go over the animal enclosures, and you get some really good footage. But yeah, people get really nervous and scared, obviously, when they stop. Oh, look at that on cue. So yeah, they get really nervous and that why they stop. And the reason why they stop is actually for a particular reason. Generally, it's because they've got disabled guests that need to get on at the station, and they kind of just let them through. So obviously with a wheelchair, they can't obviously get on while moving. So they'll stop the ride for a second, and then they will then let the guest on and then start it back up again. You'll hear a kind of a noise when it starts back up. So yeah, so when you are on it and that does happen, don't really get nervous or worried. It is literally for a reason. But yeah, there we go. Skyride stopped on exactly when I said. And all them guests at the moment is on there at the moment, really worried. There's nothing to be worried about. 13 just going into the trap section over there. One of the best bits of the ride there. Right, let's carry on round. Here it goes. Can you hear them? Here it going. And in a second. Just hear the noise. So then it will just start going in a second once. There you go. So really easy. Look at that dispatching. Dispatching is great today so far at the park. There you go. Just like in that time scale alone, just 3 trains going round. Absolutely brilliant. And there it goes, just to stop. And the skyrides are open again. Here we go. So we've reached a currently closed. We're going to join the queue of 13. Really enjoy that ride. You know, I think it is a little bit kind of big, I think, for 1.2 there. But yeah, really kind of enjoyed it. And then we went on Rita, and again, it's just one of them rides, isn't it? It does what it exactly said what it says on the tin. It's a launch coaster that just goes into a banking, a little bit of airtime, a little pop of airtime, and then that's it. So yeah, it started to rain now, unfortunately. So obviously we're just going to get one more ride left on Spinball Whizzer, which is just behind on a 10-minute queue. And then yeah, what we're going to do then is actually get the camp chairs and start actually just chilling out for the night, to obviously then get ready for the actual fireworks themselves. What's quite interesting is actually, even from 11 o'clock when we walked past earlier on, there was people sitting waiting for the fireworks already. I mean, Jesus, I know everybody wants to see the fireworks, but literally 7 hours waiting for kind of the fireworks to go off. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, really. But yeah, but yeah, like I said, 3 hours, you know, is fine, I think, you know, in terms of getting the footage that we need to. Hopefully be able to smash it in one night. Hopefully the rain stops, and obviously we'll be able to then kind of get the footage that we need to obviously show you guys the actual full effect of what it's going to be. There's going to be some amazing fireworks tonight where that's never ever been done in the UK before, and I'm really looking forward to that. You never know, it could be these Japanese ones that do 800 metres wide actual firework displays. Really kind of looking forward to seeing what they are. But yeah, it's a firework that goes up, explodes, and then explodes again, just in one firework. One firework, 800 metres wide. You never know, it could be something like that, or it could just be something totally different, we'll see. But yeah, Jubilee fireworks are setting up at the moment, all ready to go. And obviously we've got to wait 3 hours now for that to obviously kick in. I'm going to go and get my chair in a second after doing this ride, and then literally going to put a poncho on and hunker down for the night until the fireworks start, and I'll take you along. what, so the night's gone kind of pretty quick so far. We just want to kind of say we actually had a nice little ride on spinball. So me and Sean were on the kind of one side and there's no one to the back of us, and I think that's the most intense ride I've ever had on a spinning coaster. It really was absolutely fantastic. We just couldn't believe it, how quick we were going, literally through that little bit of a helix as well. Absolutely brilliant. We just must have had such the right amount of weight moving around on there that actually just made us fly around. Absolutely fantastic ride, and kind of opened my eyes a little bit to that ride actually, because I really didn't kind of rate it very much, but after that it was absolutely phenomenal. Really was, really enjoyed it. So we kind of set up on our little rock area. We've been there now since 4 o'clock. Because today is Friday, the first night of the fireworks. Alton Towers are doing a £20 half price ticket for today, because the capacity today is actually really low, so there's less than about 5,000 people in this park, and they haven't sold many of these tickets at all. And obviously tomorrow's going to be a busier day, but obviously that's still nowhere near capacity in terms of what they can actually do. So we believe it's about 21,000 for capacity, but they've dropped that to around about 18,000 I believe, just because of car park space, and they haven't got the car parks. The area where they would normally use has been flooded, so they can actually not use that area, so they've got to stop. And obviously that's the reason why they're at capacity and sold out so quickly. And obviously Sunday will be another kind of day as well, busy day. So yeah, we're just waiting really to kind of see what goes on. Like I said, we've got around about another hour before we're going to have the fireworks. So yeah, T-minus 2 hours gone so far, 1 hour to go. Really looking forward to it. They've got a really nice setup this year. The park's not that busy. We're going to get a really kind of nice footage hopefully, and then tomorrow come back, try a different area, the kind of the park, and obviously then get photos for the following one in the best place that we can. But yeah, it just looks beautiful at the moment. You can't really see much because it's just got lights on, and then the towers over the back is all in purple. So yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, I've been here now, this is my 5th year to the Ultimate Fireworks Spectacular, and I've never ever gone away disappointed. They absolutely are phenomenal, they really are. I know, I always make sure that I get it off work. I always make sure that I am literally ready to come to these. The difference is this year I've actually given myself an extra day on the Monday off, because when I get back it's normally a killer, to be fair. So set off at 5 o'clock this morning, still going now. You know, it's just a long day, but actually really worth it. My coat's holding up, my little hood's kind of still there as well. I still haven't kind of had that up yet. Got my hat and my gloves over there, but at the moment really enjoying this kind of the atmosphere that's in there as well. You know, thank you to Sean, Charlotte, today and Rosie for kind of letting me join them as well. I did come on my own. You know, sometimes I am happy just walking around on my own. I kind of can just observe and kind of get my photos that I need to. But I saw these guys and they kind of helped me to have a chat and walk around with them today. So thank you to Sean and Charlotte and Rosie there for giving me that as well. So to kind of give me that reception. And it's been a great day. It really has. It's really good. You know, it's been quiet to be able to get on some of the rides that I haven't been on for such a long time. I mean, highlights for me today really has probably been Spinball, to be fair, in terms of that ride was absolutely amazing. So yeah, an hour left. I'm not going to kind of play for too long because the music, I'll probably get copyright claim like I did on my Chessington one. So I'll re-log that back up there with obviously the music being taken out of there. But yeah, I got a copyright claim for one of them, so I don't want to be doing that again. So yeah, here we go. T-minus 1 hour left before fireworks, and I'm really looking forward to this show. Right then, speak to you all soon. The next time that you will see is when the fireworks start, hopefully. Speak to you all in a bit.
Do you believe in magic? It is no mere coincidence that Alton Towers feels special. Some may say, enchanted. Hidden in these grounds is an ancient structure that holds 5 mystical crystals. When connected, these crystals generate an immense force that has charmed the very ground you stand on for centuries. A force known as the power of the towers. Should the crystal's connection ever be broken, the magical force would fail and Alton Towers would fall.
For years, many have naively attempted to locate their whereabouts, unaware of the damage they could cause. All have failed. That is, until now. Your time is running out. 2 crystals remaining.
There you go. What an absolutely fantastic fireworks show. I really enjoyed it from start to finish, to be fair. There was some fireworks in there that, as I said before, that they've never used in the UK before, and you can really tell that. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Absolutely fantastic. The highlight for me, definitely Faceless Insomnia coming on, and it literally just went absolutely crazy. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And obviously the Alton Towers music at the end as well made it. The fireworks, some of them was absolutely incredible, and hopefully we can pick that up really well on the GoPro. But you know, you kind of had kind of ones go off that literally just filled the whole, you know, kind of the whole background. Absolutely brilliant. I really can't wait to kind of view it again tomorrow. You know, it was kind of quite emotional, to be fair, kind of watching it. You know, it's amazing to kind of just see this, you know, kind of show that was just, you know, in front of our eyes. You know, I just think it was absolutely brilliant. For me, it's probably one of my favourite ones that they've done, personally. I just think the choice of music was really good. The thriller being in there, you know, kind of bringing in the Power of the Towers kind of thing for this year. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed it. And like tomorrow, the plan is to kind of move to a separate spot, a different spot, to obviously get a better view, or somewhere else or things. So, but yeah, I loved it. I absolutely thought it was brilliant, and I'm so happy that I kind of made the journey. And obviously, I'm going to spend the 3 days here to actually do that. You know, I don't think there's anything like it, is there? I really don't think there is. You know, in terms of in the world, you know, in terms of a theme park wise, I don't think there's a kind of a park that absolutely beats that in terms of the whole pure overall performance of what they've just done there. Obviously, you do get like New Year kind of stuff that they do, which they do make it, you know, different. But yeah, just absolutely brilliant. I cannot rate that show enough, to be fair. So yeah. The plan is now actually to get on Wicker Man in the dark, something that I haven't done since press open night. So yeah, that's the next up, is the Wicker Man in the dark. Looking forward to it.